All right, how about we bring you a live look from the Google Earth Cam there at the National Mall. Where are we looking? We're looking west, and you can see, well, still a lot of cloud cover out there towards the west. Topper telling us that we could see another line of storms and showers move through within the next couple of hours. It looked a little bit clear, but Topper, what do you say for the rest of the evening?
Well, I mean, we have round one through, and then the question is, how much more are we going to see on the backside? And we'll talk about different models in just a second. But first things first, let's just talk about what we saw earlier. This is Rico, one of our own people here at Channel 9. This is running through Arlington Triangle, I think. Abby Rico sent this in to us. And you can see pretty good rain here. This is about an hour and a half ago or so. And that had rainfall rates well over an inch per hour. Had a little bit of wind, but notice the trees aren't going crazy. I think the winds were under 30 miles an hour. Not the winds we had last Monday and not the winds we had 2 Saturdays ago with these storms, but plenty of rain. Okay, so here's what we're looking at now. The last couple of hours, here's the radar. Couple things to notice. This big clump of thunderstorms, which produced all the warnings, including tornado warnings, is now pushing east of town across into Prince George's County. And then this area is moving north up toward Hagerstown, but there are also some secondary storms trying to develop parts of Loudoun County and just west of Fairfax. So first we'll concentrate on this. So we do have the severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Prince George's County until 5:30. In fact, it's most of Prince George's County, includes Bowie. And then we have the flash flood warning in effect for much of the district and parts of Prince George's County and back into Fairfax County. We'll take the radar off and just kind of show you that this is the severe thunderstorm warning covering much of the northern half anyway of Prince George's County. And then all of these lines here, the kind of blue, they are flood warnings. That means flooding is occurring right now. You need to make sure you don't cross a flooded street by car or by foot. I slice and dice this, and really this is actually good news. We don't see any magenta, so we don't see any hail in there. We see a couple of heavier rain cores there in the deep red, and that's rainfall rates of about an inch and 3/4 per hour, but that's not crazy at this point. So let's go now and talk to Michaela about storm reports. So what do you have for us?
Well, Topper, we've been continuing to track these storms over the last several hours and recently got some new data coming in of some of those storm reports. So those blue little dots you see there, those are showing wind reports. So let's get a zoomed in look at a few of these reports. This is showing us at 4:36, we saw at Old Keene Mill Road. It's closed at Rolling Road because people are stranded in their cars. Water is at least 2 feet deep. We always tell you, turn around, don't drown. We also have a report of a large tree that's 2 to 3 feet in diameter down on power lines near the intersection of Bacon Race Road and Cannon Bluff Drive. As we move into areas of Virginia as well, we're seeing 414 wind gusts of near 36 knots, which is about 41 miles per hour. Down near Quantico, we're seeing winds of up to 39 miles an hour. When we come closer to the district, this is near National, winds measured at 58 miles an hour there. And we're going to continue to watch as some of those storms continue to move through the area, and we're going to see some more storm reports over the rest of the afternoon and evening. As far as what we're watching right now, Topper was telling you about the severe threats. We do have this flood watch here in effect until 2 a.m. Since all the counties you see there in green, that is including the district, portions of Fairfax, Arlington County, as well into portions of Loudoun and into areas like Gaithersburg as well. Those blue areas you see there, that's where we have flash flood warnings in effect. If you drive through that area, use extra caution. Now is not the time to be hitting those roads. You know the areas on your commute home that tend to pool up with water. Avoid them for this afternoon and evening. All right, let's get a look at futurecast, what we're expecting for the rest of the day today with Topper.
All right, thank you, Michaela. So we're looking at perhaps a second line of storms. The model's not actually in agreement here. It does take these storms up into northeastern Maryland. And anytime you see the magenta there, that's a pretty intense storm. Has a leftover storm in southern Maryland. And then it does have these storms west of Cumberland. And we'll advance this. So this is our local model. This actually keeps this cluster of storms together, and as it hits Hagerstown and also Martinsburg and Winchester by 7:30 tonight. It takes it essentially just north of the district, but a pretty big storm through Montgomery County. In southern Maryland with this model, you're fine. Muggy, and then by 6 o'clock in the morning, we're looking at partly cloudy skies, but again, some dense fog is possible in the wake of these storms, especially the areas that had the heavy downpours. Warms up pretty fast tomorrow, too. By 9 o'clock, it's 80. Notice the winds are still southwest, so the lower humidity won't creep in until late afternoon. And really, we're going to keep an isolated shower or storm in tomorrow. That's at 1 o'clock. Don't plan around that, okay? I mean, they're just widely scattered and nothing like today in terms of severe weather. By this time tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, temperatures now in the mid-80s to upper 80s, but notice the winds are now west-northwest. So some dry air will move in tomorrow afternoon, set the stage for a pretty nice Wednesday as well. In fact, by early in the morning on Wednesday, late Tuesday night, temps at least go back in the 60s in the burbs. So we have a weather watch alert. And again, our threats for the tornado: moderate, hail, low, heavy rain, moderate, damaging winds, moderate threat. And then in terms of impacts, well, we know we need the umbrella, right? Games, moderate impact. Power outages, haven't had any yet. None reported, but we'll keep you posted on that. It's always a risk, right? And then flooding. We know that's a moderate to high risk because we do have flood warnings in effect right now. All right, temperature-wise, we go down after tomorrow. We pop back up briefly on Thursday. Look at Saturday, 86, sunshine and low humidity. Yeah, it spikes back up. Low 90s on Sunday, and then next week starts off pretty toasty. We're in the mid-90s Monday, Tuesday. We fall a little bit Wednesday and Thursday. So actually, once we get through tomorrow early afternoon, pretty good stretch of weather. Okay, so isolated thunderstorm tomorrow. That's it. Not that humid on Wednesday. Still plenty warm, yes, but not that humid. And then we'll keep showers east of town on Thursday. Temperatures in the low 90s. Friday, beautiful, even though it's almost 90. Nice on Saturday. Low 90s on Sunday, not quite as humid. And then boom, isolated storm possible Monday. But by then we're in the mid-90s and humidity makes a comeback. Nats in town tomorrow through Saturday, finishing up their homestand.
All right, Top, thank you. Thousands of our neighbors have lost power due to these storms. Right now, Dominion Energy reports more than 9,800 customers with no electricity in Northern Virginia. So let's touch on two spots in particular, because Dominion Energy says about 3,300 customers have lost their power in the Fairhaven section of Fairfax County. So another 3,600 customers are out in Franconia. So as soon as the weather allows them, we're told the crews will be working to get the electricity back on.